complete the dominance here at this tournament. Meanwhile, FaZe and Liquid want to pull the rug underneath their North American counterparts.
So we're looking at the standings and we're trying to figure out exactly who still has a chance at this point. So between Cloud9 and FaZe, those two are looking for that first place finish. Following right after, Liquid still might be looking to pull it away from FaZe if they move into this game well.
Oh, hello. 3 teams actually playing around military base this time. It's going to be SunSisters that do a split drop on the southeastern and northwestern side of this island. So adaptations already being made this game off a very, very deep east to west swing off the plane.
Teams moving back to traditional positions. FaZe on the west, and as you mentioned, SunSisters now joining GDE and I believe it's ROCCAT Armor over on the military base island. So we need to see how that pans out. Otherwise, expecting to see teams like Flash Wolves push up towards Kamishki. They've played before. Liquid should be getting their vehicles trying to rotate over back to Yasnaya, back to their space.
Because of the path of the plane early on, that sort of forces all the teams to default to a different strategy, and Wen is running away with the shotgun to his back. It's going to be Ibiza that picks it up, walking up to get the FaZe shot in, and that's going to be Liquid on the board early. Minute 45 seconds in, getting the shots down, and because of that deep pathing from the plane, everyone was forced to hot drop around each other.
Executing firing squad following after. You see Liquid collect the first kill of the game. Aerowolf looking for a couple shots onto HK9, looking to try and take them down.
Someone on the back of Ibiza looking for the revenge, but not going to get it as his teammate drives by with the motorcycle to pick him up. That's your Uber, and that's your way out.
17 looking for a couple of shots. Someone not able to find anything just yet.
Lines up a few bullets. I think he tags up maybe 70. I didn't really get the exact confirmation on that one, but nonetheless, he's going to get out, as you mentioned.
So now moving into this last game for us, we are watching out for how some of these teams are looking to try and play things out. Again, Cloud9 FaZe continue to maintain the top pole position. Following after, Liquid has a chance to try and pull things away from FaZe, but with a 300-point gap, it's difficult for himself as well. Oh, not 300-point gap. Actually, it's only about a 100-point gap. So actually, decent position for Liquid. Still difficult for them to manage to come in for the steal on first place, though. Provided Cloud9 maintain a decent half-place finish in this game, would still be safe away from Liquid.
Suffice to say, there is a small gap that they can work with to guarantee that they get first, but that is if they finish middle of the pack. If they drop early, then their fate is in the hands of Liquid and FaZe Clan.
Right, and then past that, Aerowolf very far away from being able to contest for that first place, and ROCCAT as well, so difficult for those teams to now look for the first place. Instead, could still try and push in for the top 3. Mainly going to be on the back of Aerowolf, though ROCCAT's still pretty far away.
I want to talk about the spread here, because on the western side of the map, it's a pretty good spread, but on the east near Melta Power, there's 4 teams just congested around there. It's LGD, Refund Gaming, and HQ. And slightly to the left of that is Team 17, so a bit of a tight pack and squeeze there.
Yeah, Refund, once again, no place they can really call home. They just move around to wherever they want to be. Interesting that we see them now close by LGD, who have maintained this position for themselves throughout the rest of these entire games that we've seen.
HK9 now, the team that finished second, I believe, in the second game. So far, it's been a quiet early game, apart from that one early kill from Ibiza.
Yeah, Ibiza getting that early kill, not going to be too big of a difference, I think. I think definitely helps Liquid towards the goal of being able to achieve that win towards the very end. Cloud9 still holding a pretty good position for themselves. So you can see both teams, Liquid in Yasnaya and Cloud9 NA over by Georgopol, over in South Georgopol, are both a little bit ways away from the edge of the circle. So I'm wondering if they want to start pushing in and try and look for a heavy engage in the center of the plane zone. Unfortunately, the plane drop means that they ended up having to take a little bit longer to try and move into a position they could start farming from.
Yeah, the starting route for the plane, like we said, it was really, really deep south. So for them to transition over to their default starting position takes a bit too long.
Yeah, so this costs them time to start loading up. So generally, if you have that 3:30-minute window to try and get a pretty quick farm up, that's not going to happen. It's not going to be the case for games like this.
Hence, slightly more delayed, I would say.
Yeah, definitely more delayed entry points into the play zone, into a spot where you could try to hold down from. Liquid has been a very big fan of that strategy, moving into a central area and then trying to control from there. And then it makes it very easy for them to try and move into the next parts of the map. But right now, it's a little bit more difficult. They have to spend a little bit more time trying to farm up, and they won't be able to rotate as quickly, or they might find themselves a little bit unloosed. So I'm looking forward to see what they choose to do in this last game.
GDE here, opting to go with the split. JY's off on his own. Meanwhile, ROCCAT Armor pushing in past the island, off the bridge. We'll be looking at HQ on their right, but we'll be deciding to opt away from that. So, despite minimal knowledge of the positioning of HQ, they go the other way, which is 50-50, but a good guess.
And ROCCAT Armor still want to be able to place. At this point, unlikely to manage to get into the top 3.
Well, Homeboy doesn't have any weapons here, I think.
Still has a good chance to place top 5. So at this point, looking to try and rotate around a little bit. GDE versus SunSisters. And SunSisters has been a team who has not had a lucky break at all. Looking for aggressive fights. They push in to try and set the pace for themselves.
JY pushing down the slope will set his sights onto Gabe. Has the weapons to deal with him, but deferring away in vector and direction is going to avoid him.
Meanwhile, C9NA making an earlier call to move in. So it's a direct contrast from what Liquid's doing. Liquid's taking the time before they start trying to push in.
Yeah.
C9NA, on the other hand, are looking to try and move in earlier on. And then from there, they want to establish control of the play zone. So they prioritize being able to move into a more central position, rotating around the play zone above.
Makes sense, though, strategically, because if they want to be the last team alive, all they have to do is just control the play zone and get in early. Then they can start to aim for the positioning points. Finally finding him, JY, getting the shots down. Knocks Gabe down, and meanwhile, ROCCAT Armor will take the fight against 17. Bit of an issue there in terms of the vehicles. It was going to blow up and then end up killing a member, and the second one going down the way of Hexa. 17, the Chinese team, might be the first to fall here in this final game for today.
ROCCAT now looking to slowly inch forward. Waiting on this position. On the other side, GDE have collapsed on the SunSister as well. Kill, now HQ taking a couple shots from LGD.
HQ managed to make it out safe. We'll hear the gunfire, but will not take any damage. Meanwhile, GDE here pushing in over, as you mentioned, the bridge from military base. Last member of Team 17 here running away, Atong, is, well, the hopes of his team rest on his shoulders, and I'm just going to say they shouldn't hope too much considering their overall weaker performance this tournament.
Yeah, it's been a little bit lackluster from the team. So it's difficult for them to try and move in. And FaZe actually managed to get a nice little pickup for the supply crane. Now moving in with the vehicle as well to get the little pickup.
Look at the tier 3, so FaZe happy with that supply crate.
So moving back onto the point between the two different playstyles coming in from C9NA as well as Liquid. Liquid opting for more time to find farm. They might be looking for a wider rotation to try and push into the play zone, especially since there's quite a bit of open space along the top side that they could try and move in from.
That's what we come to expect from Liquid, though. Them just taking the wider rotation out to get a safer angle for re-entry. SunSister Suicider is going to get the kill onto Kane, so GDE lose one as well. Despite putting themselves early ahead with that kill onto M17, or M17 rather, Team 17.
So GDE get neutralized. But overall, yeah, Liquid as team have seen themselves very adaptable. They've chosen different strategies between wider rotations, between moving into the play zone early on as well. So this time around, waiting on the wide rotation, looking to try and play things safer, making a move in only when they absolutely have to. And from there, they can try to look to penetrate into an open space. HK9, Floyd gets taken down.
It's a good shot through, and Xiaohai getting the damage done. for OMG. In front, Soromong is just going to abandon his teammate. There's nothing he can do, of course, getting the execute down. SunSisters finding GDE. They were on the same area together earlier on, playing around military base, but the Japanese representatives will get the drop on the Hong Kong home team.
Both teams moving out from military base, and we see one of them being able to come up ahead of the other. It's going to see GDE fall in a bad position early on to this game. Pochinki now going to be the space that Aerowolf are working around. If another game ends up in Pochinki, man, that would be an insane double game for Aerowolf off the back of an incredible game to win.
Yeah, all cards on the table. The game which ended in Pochinki yesterday almost made me lose my voice. So if this is the way the series ends today, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
GDE now actually looking to come in from the other side, opting to move away from where SunSisters have set up base and control around the bottom pocket of that bridge, and FaZe also in position to try and intercept them if they try and move forward.
GDE had no choice because they tried to push past the river and then they tried to push into the bridge but got taken out, so this forces them to make a different rotation off the other bridge.
Liquid now rotating over into Refund Gaming. Liquid having pushed over from Yas9 at some point, see themselves over, still in the play zone, but it looked like they want to rotate over to the right-hand side, but they feel like there's a little bit more space and better terrain control for themselves. FaZe now looking to make them move over as well. The play zone having shifted over to that end means that some of these teams now have to try and push deeper in if they want to get a good spot. HK9.
Oh, turns the corner and will find the kill on Aitong Singh with a bullet to the face, and is going to start losing his dead body after that as well. Jeez, that was dirty.
Yeah, I mean, that was weird. I was looking at the mini map. I was like, there's a player there. Where's the player? Comes around, gets the kill. 17 get wiped out. It's a very early first team being removed from the game.
Thought he set the trap. In fact, he was the one that was trapped behind that door, and now Lion KK taking the fight to Maxi from FaZe. Car arriving to provide additional cover. This is the guy that won the MVP and FPP for PGI. Shots down across, spraying the bullets onto the car. It's a Hail Mary now switching over. Ammunition running low. It's going to reload.
What a hero coming in with the vehicle, looking for the save on this teammate. FaZe managed to maintain a 4-man strong position.
Problem now is they don't have the vehicle to get out, so they need the smokes, they need the utility. Otherwise, it has to be the assist coming in from the teammates to fetch them out of this terrible, terrible situation.
Talking about the smokes and the utility, here we go. FaZe setting up a wall of cover. Should be looking to try and back up pretty soon.
Lion KK spraying down the wall of smoke being set up by FaZe, but not catching anyone with these one-taps. Instead, goes for the next vehicle that is in sight. Will be the motorcycle that he wants to blow up to deny any point of exit from FaZe.
FaZe, that's going to be a difficult position to play around. They have two players ahead that could try and pull back in to look for the save. It's kind of difficult to try and make them move back in, and overall it looks like they might just want to hold their players there until OMG have to be the ones to move.
4 separate caravans pushing in for Liquid, and that is going to provide a lot more safety. Granted, they don't get picked off. Now FaZe, as we mentioned before, getting pinned down by Lion KK, now healing up. Maxi and First FaZe don't have all too much to work with. Will descend down the slope to get to further cover. Opting to take the long way around this one.
Doesn't look like there's a vehicle for them to pick up here as well, so they're just going to have to make a long rotation over. Supply crate actually comes over kind of nearby, but I don't think that they want to go for that. They might if they see it as an opportunity to while they're here anyway.
Yep, Fuzz is going for a swim. He should be looking to pick that up. I think the plan here is you have Maxi sort of sit slightly behind just in case they get contacted early on.
Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any other team who is making an aggressive push over, and they know this information, so they might be looking to try and go for that, but FaZe just cuts the corner. Being out in open water is a very risky move,
That's
so
true.
They are looking to play things safe a little bit. There we go. Let's see, looking to try and pick this up while FaZe pushes forward first.
Meanwhile, Moody will get dropped here. Nerf riding in. It's a trap, man. Don't go in. He's going to get tagged up. Finally gets to the building, but barely makes it behind cover. We saw his head sticking out for a second or two. Solomon might have been a bit excited to see that. Rez might definitely rather coming in here for C9 as the circle gets a bit more occupied, falling square on top of ROCCAT Armor, in fact, as well as Flash Wolves.
HU now camped down this house, ROCCAT Armor in a nearby position as well. Could be looking to try and go in a little bit of a fight. Liquid now packing up. They found space here in farm, now moving over into the play zone. C9 NA find return damage onto LGD after the teammate got knocked down. So now just pushing into the play zone alongside HK9, alongside the likes of Liquid. Everybody's looking for a space. LGD a little bit slow on the uptake.
Liquid as well on the push, and like you mentioned, the space is important here. You really have to claim your own territory and some sort of compound to defend. HK9 going for two separate compounds, in fact. Splitting their forces up. C9 on the high ground. A bit of friendly fire coming in for the Korean counterparts, but it's going to be Flash Wolves. It gets knocked up here by Refund Gaming. The bullets all flying in a single shot will get Nunes out of this game.
Dropping the first player for Flash Wolves. They're watching down the compound. The Flash Wolves are holding out, and they could look for the push in. Otherwise, taking things slow. Refund not looking to try and troll this game. They have had some better games off the second day, but still.
Want to pay attention to C9 as well as Team Liquid. You know, on the split screen, we see Refund taking the fight, getting tunneled on by Momo here. Flash Wolves landing the shots, riding away. None of them actually catching. You can see the trail of smoke just behind him, and eventually will get out, but it's only a single member. There's three more. The buggy is in open space. They're pretty afraid to go and take this. Approaching it might be certain death here. Momo looking away, gives a small window for Refund if they want to peek out.
Yeah, both teams. I feel like Refund, all Flash Wolves is their best mode to get a kill. They have opportunity to DJ Ship, I believe, look to try and drive away on the bike by himself. So that's an interesting move. Actually get a knockdown onto Refund, man. I'm not sure why, onto Refund Mixie. So not sure why you want to go for that. James on the back end, get the knockdown onto Funky.
So this is a pincer here, and Liquid coming up with the kills is going to mean a lot for them as they look to transition into first place. James one tapping away in the smoke. He sees a member of FaZe in the distance, but opts to go back to his Vietnamese target still.
Refund down to very little health at this point. Trying to find a res onto the one teammate who's about to get taken down. No kill confirmation yet, so I imagine he managed to find it. And there we go, Mixie gets rezzed. Care package nearby as well. ROCCAT and Refund, the closest teams to it. But in such an open space, there's very little possibility to try and move over and pick this up.
I was just going to talk about how this is absolutely not obstructed by cover. So if you walk up and take it, either Refund or ROCCAT are just going to have their way with you.
Looks like C9 NA might be looking to take a couple shots too if you move over. Liquid as well. So 4 teams who could try and go for the care package, but just means that no team is going to go for the care package.
Not missing on all too much. I mean, sure, there's a ghillie suit in tier 3, but grand scheme of things, getting killed over that is not the best strategy. C9 Korea in the center of the next play zone HQ as well. There are multiple teams already inside, so 3 teams lucking out on the draw.
I have to say as well, Aerowolf have lucked out. They went over to Pachinki, they started out from that position, have constantly moved over ever so slightly, and they inch forward. No team in contest for that space, so they've constantly been able to just move in without taking damage, without having to take shots at anybody else.
But we saw the teams that didn't luck out into the safe zone were Liquid as well as C9 NA that have to commit to this push now. Try to find an area that they're comfortable playing in. HK9, another one relocating into this building. A big fight going on here. Liquid Ibiza getting taken out very quickly by Moody. They're gatekeeping them, not letting them out of the compound. They're setting up this crossfire, going the way of C9 so far. EB, the first one to fall on the high ground, is James, and he's scouting out, calling the information out to his team. He's going to see Stab retreat into the house. A peek is going to guarantee a kill here if he can land the shots.
This is Liquid's opportunity to come into the top place. They have to get the early kill onto C9, take them down at 15 plays, and then move forward from there.
The res coming in from Scoon onto EB, and that's a 4-for-4 still. Both teams opting to disengage. Meanwhile, LGD will find GDE here. The kill going across, and it's gonna go the way of LGD as GDE gets eliminated. Second team to fall this game. The Hong Kong home team coming in 15th place. The 4th game today.
Liquid ready to build from the situation. They just want to move to a better position in the play zone. Not looking to try and move in C9 and A. Decide to try and slowly inch forward. They're looking to scout things out a little bit, but they hear the vehicles moving over and they should back off.
Flash Wolves have completely wrecked the site while looking for Refund Gaming. The Vietnamese representative still stuck inside this house. Funky M and his teammates can't really do anything. Mixie looking to peek out, but might be caught just on the fringe of that building. Mixlaw is going to come and flank onto Liquid, and Liquid and a whole world of hurt. Jeeves and 70 already falling down. Scoop might be the next to go down, as well as HK9 with a massive flank on the back of Liquid. There goes Scoop. Only one more member of Liquid left. TSM now understand this and take the fight to HKM as well. Multiple teams going down across the map, and Gemty falls as well for FaZe. Mixie next for LGD.
Are you kidding me? The top 3 teams are just finding absolute firefights right now.
You say top 3, but C9 completely untouched, and everyone here should be cheering on C9 squad because their biggest competitors are getting eliminated and decimated off the map. Maxi drops the LGD. OMG will be the target next for LGD as well.
Just caught in the crossfire. OMG trying to move in. FaZe drop multiple members. Liquid drop multiple members, and now C9 KR in position to try and hold down onto Liquid. Cloud9 and A have the outskirts. This is a great position for themselves.
You can see FaZe so hesitant to push in, so much caution knowing they only have 2. Liquid stuck with a single member, I believe EB, the last member to stand here. Could look to sneak into top 3 and maybe try and clutch things out, but as it stands, numbers advantage belonging to C9 and A.
FaZe finding return shots onto LGD as LGD makes their move into the play zone.
ROCCAT Armor finding the kill onto Refund. Popping the nade down, throwing it across the ridgeline, trying to make it stick onto LGD. It's square on top of them. It might just blow them up. He gets the first one onto Sin8. Not really going to find TJW just yet.
It's a difficult position. I mean, they still have FaZe in contest for that position there, so could look for shots onto OMG if they stay for too long, so they're opting to rotate instead. Yeah. Smoke coming in. TJW is trying to stay alive for as long as he can.
Absolutely right. The res on the shell high. There's 2 fire teams split up on the left and right. OMG looking to rejoin into a single unit soon.
We've already seen LGD manage to survive into the hyper late play zones just off the stealth gameplay. So now TJW wants to make a repeat.
Now granted, we were talking about playing spoilers, and LGD really came up huge in that massive backstab onto Team Liquid. Just eliminating 3 members off the bat makes it so tough for them to contest first place now.
Absolutely, so now it's gonna have to be... Oof.
FaZe have 2, Liquid have 1. EB and how Mike gets spotted out, they see his legs, HK9 takes the shot, Mixlaw, the man in charge of eliminating Liquid from this competition.
Where... Ibiza just getting taken down at this point. He's caught in between so many different teams. The second he tries to move forward, I would highly expect teams to just come in and collapse onto him.
Yeah, EB stuck in a bad position. A 2-meter tall player can't really rotate out of there. Sure, he can get in the vehicle and jet out, but still not the best idea as he's getting watched now. Aerowolf will lose a single member here in the form of RDK.
TSM, a team that we haven't really been paying much attention to in this game, are now pushing in, strong arming their way into the play zone by right around the circumference. Smack and Rory will end up taking shots coming in though. C9 and A holding position of that.
Hexetti pushing in, will get caught out. Aerowolf pushing in as well. Is going to get caught out by SunSister. The crossfire is good from the Japanese squad. Now TSM make it behind this building in time. The cover is there for them to retreat and recover.
Aerowolf managed to find a knockdown. TSM, oh my goodness, the snipe coming in for winner.
Spoke too soon. There's the shots coming in from HQ and the kill as well onto Smack. So only 3 members alive for TSM. Remember, TSM second half finishing not all too high, if I'm not wrong, only 8th or 9th position. And HQ now, the Chinese as well as these Taiwanese teams really doing a lot to upset the front of the pack teams.
Yeah, the turnaround coming in from the Chinese, the Eastern teams, in fact.
Just as I say that, Flash Wolves remove Nerf from the game, and C9 and A now only left with 3.
Holding true to that statement, they're managing to find the Western teams This last game coming in has not looked good for FaZe, for Liquid. LGD get wiped out. It looks like ROCCAT get the confirmation for that.
ROCCAT are the ones to get OMG and LGD, a single member from each squad down now. The Koreans doing not too good this game. HQ peeking out of the window. We'll see a single member now. Moody getting dropped by Flash Wolves.
But they've done the job. They've done what they needed to do. LGD came in, played spoiler, and have put behind the Western teams.
While the focus is on C9 NA now, EB is still stuck in the same spot that we saw him in before. The counterparts, Moody gonna drop now, and the C9 NA counterparts, the Koreans, still have 4 members strong.
C9 KR, even with 4 players, are not looking to move any more aggressively. They have strong position in the house.
They don't have to move anywhere because people are walking up to them. They get the knockdown onto a single member of Aerowolf and looking for the kill after that. Meanwhile, Milk is just spotting this rotation out from TSM. They see the vehicles coming in. He sees a member on the open. It's going to be EB that gets the kill, but he's going to get taken down after that by TSM. Now TSM wide in the open, have to get behind cover, just behind the rock and the Jeep. Milk taking the shots from above, raining death down.
12 plays coming in for Liquid. That's so bad for them. They wanted to push forward. All they needed to do was get a 300-point lead over FaZe in this game. No, not even all they needed to do. It was a task. It's an uphill battle to get a 300-point lead over FaZe to pull in for second. But they weren't able to do that.
Looks to be a very upsetting finish here as Aerowolf will find another member on the ground. SunSisters coming in to disrupt the plans. Biking in, HK9 barely avoiding the gunfire. ROCCAT Armor, Mia doing a good job there. What? The kill out of the fog? How did they get that shot on doing so much? HK9 now getting Hexetti out as well. The spoilers from the Eastern team and FaZe finishing 10 is horrible. The top 3 teams all completely eliminated. This is an extremely Eastern finish here, granted.
This is absolutely insane. Liquid dropping FaZe so early on to the game. Now it's down to C9. They basically can say, we've won this game. They could die at this point, and they don't have to worry.
Milk falling after doing so much work against the Western teams now. This is the grenade that's going to take out TSM. They're just pushing up. HQ want it. They smell blood in the water, and they're going in onto this. They blow up the cars as well for special effects, and they're going to finish them off. SR and K3 tag teaming up. But still, Rory is in the smoke, and he's hiding this one out. He can't really get picked up just yet, getting tagged down very, very low. The shots coming from the side on SR and K3. Using the first aid kit to heal up. The smoke is just disrupting so much, but eventually the grenade will do it. And Aerowolves as well, losing another member across the map.
TSM dropping in 7th place just seconds after the loss of Aerowolf here.
It's over, granted. First place belongs to C9, knowing that they're still alive and their competitors are out of this game. It's just the Eastern teams now fighting for pride to push themselves up in ranking.
There's only so much the rest of these teams can do. 17 alive at this point. C9 NA caught in a bad position and trying to push forward, but end up taking shots from ROCCAT. It's going to be the first play going down to the second, and C9 get taken out.
In
but it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter because there's more than enough points for C9 to become the champions of the PUBG Invitational Hong Kong. The game is still going on. We're looking for the winner chicken dinner in this final game for today. OMG, HQ, C9 Korea, and HK9 are still the teams that are pushing in. ROCCAT Armor very far outside.
C9 KR with a good position off this house's HQ. Not too bad for themselves as well, but still a little bit difficult.
ROCCAT Armor with the delayed push. They have a good amount of firepower to get in. ROCCAT will get spotted out by Lion KK.
Have to mention as well, HK9 still alive, and I'm not sure exactly what he's supposed to do at this point. He's in the corner of the play zone by himself. But as ROCCAT rotate in, you could expect them to move into...
Yo, this man is a statue, but he's not looking behind him because HQ are creeping. HQ are creeping up behind him.
Getting a view around him. There's still decent amount of high terrain, but as you mentioned, HQ, if they rotate over, could find a couple shots. Now OMG and ROCCAT in a bit of a firefight.
OMG are the ones that drop first. It's going to be Xiaohe that takes a knee. ROCCAT Armor doing a good amount of work, and Lion KK getting tagged up next. The shots connecting onto the Chinese squad.
Running out, boosts all he has. The instant heals coming in.
ROCCAT now find AHQ. They knock down K3 and try to get the kill, but no, the revenge is good coming in from AHQ. The cover fire, so good from the Taiwanese squad.
Soma holding silent.
I'm telling you, man,
move in.
He's creeping, he sees him, he needs to pull the trigger. The patience coming in from Solomon doesn't get the firepower down onto Mia. Now moving forward, the Korean might see himself getting taken down, jumping away. Solomon very, very patient here. He knows they can get more. He knows they can finish him off. If he sees the whole squad, the grenade's going out. This guy doesn't even know. He misses the shot. Did he even pull the trigger?
He hasn't even done anything yet.
He's waiting for 2. He's being very greedy here, Solomon. Waiting to see if he can get MM Young as well. If he waits longer, though, AHQ is just going to creep up behind him and take him out. It has to be now. It has to be now.
Rotates around. He just waits for ROCCAT instead to get rid of each other. Doesn't even bother going over the fight.
Oh, he sees him now. He's going to take the kill away. He's going to steal it away. Somehow he gets it, and he still hasn't revealed his position. HK9 Solomon clutching it out. Now this call will be made. They are going to turn this corner and try and get him down. But he turns it around onto ROCCAT Armor. Solomon is insane now. He's got a knockdown. He's gone on both feet. No longer proning, taking the fight to ROCCAT Armor. He gets 2 down. But on his right, the flank coming in from C9. There's 4 minutes strong. He gets 1, but eventually will get knocked out. There's still 3 teams left in the circle. Grandin, Solomon clutching it out for HK9, but the Koreans coming in. The onslaught is unstoppable. HQ off the side, playing very cautiously. They don't want to fall into the trap of the Korean squad from C9 here. ROCCAT Armor still Hexa, the last one, taking his position behind the car and just being very sneaky. It's perfect cover. They don't see him.
Working off this terrain, Catch might push forward to look for ROCCAT in that position, but he's not doing so just yet. Instead, opting for the flank onto AHQ.
They're not checking this. They're not checking this. This could be a massive mistake.
Now looking to play spoiler, holding on, Hexa. The man standing on his team, but the play zone's starting to close in. He's trying to crawl in.
Crawling in, makes it through the tall grass, so that's going to give him a bit more leeway to hide himself. The cover is good. He throws the grenade out. They don't know where it's coming from. HQ only thing that the C9 Korean side here. A lot of disruption being thrown down, and a nade just doing a bit of work. SR is in the middle of the smoke between 2 Koreans, and C9 Deception getting knocked down. Winner will be the one responsible for that fight.
And Winner is an absolute beast with the firing coming
in. They're fighting back to back. HQ getting so much done. C9 Korea might just get eliminated here.
Oh my goodness!
Thing to go down. Hexa somehow clutching this out. He's still hidden. They don't know where he is. Now he's standing up. He's taking a fight to HQ. He's so healthy still, though.
Oh, what a shot coming in from SR, and HQ off 2 wins.
2 back-to-back wins for HQ means that they leapfrog ahead in standings, but I don't think it's enough.
It's still not enough to make it in the top 5, I believe. HQ had a rough day 1, but still a phenomenal